In a speech to the American people on September 24, 1988, then-President Ronald Reagan stated boldly, "One thing is certain. If we're to continue to advance world peace and human freedom, America must remain strong. If we have learned anything these last 8 years, it's that peace through strength works." Today, the motto of the USS Ronald Reagan, CVN-76, the ninth ship of the nuclear-powered Nimitz-class, maintains the motto "Peace through Strength" and highlights President Reagan's recurring theme during his public service. Named to honor Ronald W. Reagan, the 40th President of the United States, who served from 1981 to 1989, the carrier was laid down in early 1998. She was launched in March 2001 and commissioned in July 2003. CVN-76 had the distinction of being the first carrier to be named in honor of a then-living former president. While Reagan didn't serve in the United States Navy, one of his key initiatives while in office was the 600-ship Navy program, which proved to be a key effort in maintaining the peace through strength. Even in the post-Cold War era, CVN-76 serves to project U.S. Navy power. She serves as a floating airbase and one that is well defended at that. USS Ronald Reagan is equipped with SLQ-32A-V for countermeasures suite and SLQ-25A Nixie torpedo countermeasures. She is also armed with evolved Sea Sparrow missiles which can counter supersonic anti-ship missiles, the lightweight, infrared homing surface-to-air rolling airframe missile, and a close-in weapons system, CIWS, the multiple-barrel weapon system for detecting and destroying short-range incoming missiles and enemy aircraft which have managed to penetrate the outer defenses. Since entering service, the carrier has been deployed multiple times to the Middle East as part of a show of force, but it has also served in a peacetime role, providing humanitarian relief aid following Japan's massive 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. The nuclear-powered car carrier. The carrier also had the distinction of one time having her flight deck filled not with aircraft, but rather civilian automobiles. When USS Ronald Reagan's official home port was changed from Bremerton, Washington to San Diego in 2012, the Navy allowed sailors being relocated to have their personal vehicles transported on the deck of the ship as a cost-saving measure. As it was a short trip along the coast, the carrier didn't need to operate its air wing. That provided ample room for the crew to get their cars to the new home port and allowed Ronald Reagan to serve as a $5 billion nuclear-powered car ferry. The flagship of CSG-5. Since the deployment, CVN-76 has conducted numerous fleet exercises with the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force as well as with the Republic of Korea Navy. In July 2020, the Ronald Reagan Carrier Strike Group was deployed to the South China Sea along with USS Nimitz, CVN-68, for dual carrier operations in the Philippine Sea. Ronald Reagan arrived back in Japan in November 2020 after a 6-month Indo-Pacific deployment. In December, a project team from Puget Sound Naval Shipyard and Intermediate Maintenance Ship Repair Facility, PSNS and IMF, and Japan Regional Maintenance Center began selected Restricted Availability, SRA, repairs on the carrier. Major SRA work completed included non-skid replacement on the flight deck and hangar bay, aircraft elevator repair, as well as valve and component repairs. Following the completion of the SRA, the Jipper was deployed to the Middle East in June 2021 to support the withdrawal of U.S. forces from Afghanistan. In late May 2022, she was relieved by USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72, while CVN-76 led CSG-6 to promote stability in the 7th Fleet. Wherever USS Ronald Reagan heads next, it will certainly be to help maintain peace through strength.
Pretty much back down the middle there. So it looks like Dennis is breaking off, so we good.